Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the Scrubber and BH show, and I'm Scrubber.
BH here. Thanks, Scrubber. We're going to be having a great show for you. Going to be previewing that Bengals game. So we're excited about that. And stick around. We got some great segments.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the prediction show. So at the end of the show, we were going to have our prediction for you. AI is going to help. We also have a little bit of scouting report. We're going to look at the Bengals a little bit. We're going to do some fundamentals from me. We're going to look at some of the cuts that are coming out and some fantasy stuff. And we're going to hear a little bit from BH about all of that too.
Yeah, man. So the cuts did come down. Got it down to 85. We will be going to 80 next week. So it starts to get very interesting. I think two of the more notable cuts, Lamar Miller, of course, and then the wide receiver, Kelvin Harmon, who did show some promise. He was a 6th-round pick, kind of a big body guy. But I think that kind of speaks more to the depth at wide receiver. Curtis Samuel's back. I think they really like what they see from the rookie, Diamond Brown. And most notably, Antonio Gandy Golden. I think he showed up a lot. And that's kind of why Harmon was sort of a casualty. And I think everybody knows now that, Lamar Miller, who probably will catch on somewhere for a team that needs some veteran depth.
I thought he looked good out there.
He did.
The room is full. It's hard to get in.
It is. And, of course, Jarrett Patterson just blowing up. Didn't help him at all. And so like we said before, that's a great thing because, man, we want to get young, fast, and strong on this team. And it was exciting watching him. No other really big cuts of note, a couple corners and a tight end. Things every week now, it's just going to get tighter and tighter till we do that 53-man show. So
we are going to be doing a 53-man roster show on September 7th. It may even be broken down into 2 shows. So look for that in the future. We'll put the dates up when we can.
We can do the offense and then we'll do the defense and even go ahead and break down that practice squad. It'd be interesting to see who makes the practice squad. So stick around for that.
Awesome. And BH, you have some fantasy stuff for us this week, don't you?
Yeah, drafts are coming up big time. We did the big 3 last week. So, let's touch on a few players. Let's go with Curtis Samuel, who finally is back. Hopefully his groin's, doing better. That was looking kind of scary, but he's back in camp. Right now, he's ranked about 105 on Yahoo. It's about where he is on other sites. I've been checking them out. His average draft position is about 120. He's basically now, I think he slipped because of the injuries. He's more of a like a number 4 wide receiver. It's too bad. I wanted him to be more of a rated as a number 3 with potential to put up wide receiver 2 numbers because, man, he's going to be the number 2 guy after McLaurin. And that's for sure. I know there's other people getting targets, but I really felt, he was going to be utilized out wide in the slot, jet sweeps, you name it, in the backfield. But right now I got to kind of temper our hopes. But, I did a draft yesterday when he went at 131. So, look for him there, get that value, and then just see what happens, because at the end of the day, as the season goes, we start picking up new players and someone's got to go. So you can roll on him like at around 120, 130. Next, interesting cat, our favorite, Ryan Fitzpatrick. We talked about it before. It's going to be a balanced offense. We're not going to be chucking the ball all over the field. Fitz is capable of doing that. We've seen him put up those big games. I think it's going to be a little more tempered. He's ranked 123 on Yahoo, going at around 131. You can get him in around the 13th and 14th round. Easy. And that's what he is. He's a backup. He's a solid guy. What I've been doing is I go for Fitz when I use up an early pick on one of those stud quarterback. So I go, Mahomes or Josh Allen
Mm.
and, eat up. Yeah, because now I put a lot of draft capital into a quarterback. I don't want to be drafting another one in the 9th and 10th. I'm going to wait till about the 12th or 13th, and then I can pick up a guy like Fitz. So let's see what happens. He should outplay his ranking. I certainly hope so. And then finally, now this is a great one. The Washington football team defense. They have now moved up from 3 weeks ago. They were number 6 defense on Yahoo. They've crept up to number 2. Wow. They're ranked 141. That's typical of defenses everywhere because everyone in fantasy wants to wait on their defense. It's a smart way to go. It's hard to pinpoint the best defense, and you're so much better off getting your 3rd, 4th, and even number 5 running backs and wide receivers, your backup tight ends, instead of really, burning a pick on a defense. We all know that, but they're going at 79. Going to make it tough for me to get that Washington football team defense. I did see them though yesterday. I did a draft, and they did go in the 9th round. So you know what? If you really feel good about your starting quarterback, starting tight end, you've got 3 wide receivers and 3 running backs, and you're looking back during your draft going, I really did good. I really like this. I'd say the 9th round would be the earliest I would go. I always wait till the 14th or 15th, but just saying, if you really feel like your roster's pretty set, that's a hell of a team to get because the sacks, the interceptions, and the fumbles, they're going to knock a lot of teams silly. They're going to hold teams to low scoring because you get those bonus points there for low scoring. And so, 9th round, it would be a great time to go get that Washington football team defense. All right, man. That's the fantasy report. Let's move on.
Fundamentals this week. We're going to cover just a few things. One of them is, of course, running your assignment. We don't want to crowd the ball. The guys are adjusting to the speed of the game. As we saw last week, it was kind of fast, slow. Steve Montez did a great job. Heineke actually stepped up too. They did a really great job. I think the defense and the offensive second tier people need to just adjust to that a little bit. The kicking game needs to be worked on a little bit, in my opinion. The punter seemed to be kicking a little long during that last game. It seemed to be like down in the end zone and out. So I don't know if that's planned, not planned. We'll keep an eye on that this week, as well as their extra point and field goal unit. Coach was talking about how they're having trouble with I think we saw it last week. They missed a field goal, but he said they're missing it because of the long snappers got a little bit more velocity on the ball, so that adjusts their timing a little bit, puts a tick in the kicker's mind. You know how kickers are. So we'll just have to put up with that and just see what happens this week. Tackling technique obviously needs to be looked at. If they can cinch that up, you got to grab that guy, you got to pull him down. The stripping the ball thing doesn't always work. You lose too many yards after contact doing those kinds of things. The DB adjustment, man, zone, hybrid, whatever they're doing. I think we're going to be looking to see how Jackson adjusts to that, and looking for good stuff from them guys. While I'm here, I just want to give a big shout out to all the other football, sports, YouTubers that do this kind of stuff. They're very supportive of everything that we do. Please go out and check their channels. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We want to give a shout out to Brandon Perna over there at That's Good Sports. He's been a really good guy. He's been helping us out. He likes our stick. So go check him out. I want to give a shout out to me. I also do another YouTube channel, the Scrubber channel. It's me. I do hiking and camping videos, just out in nature, taking pictures of rocks and streams, rivers, everywhere I go hiking, roots, leaves, slugs, birds, anything that I just see. And also I do kites too. There are lots of kite festivals here in Washington State. So those are beautiful. The colors are nice. So if you're looking for something mellow, maybe some crossover, come look at some stuff and just take a deep breath over there on Scrubbers, my channel, Scrubbers' other channel, and watch some camping and hiking stuff. Super mellow. Get a beverage, sit in your chair, relax. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I put a link for Scrubber in the description below.
Not a tough team, these Bengals. We know they've struggled. They're not going to have Joe Burrow. But, some of the good things they had going last week against Tampa, against the first string, is they did get in and get Brady.
Thank you, Cincinnati defense. Well, BH, what about that Cincinnati offense? How are they looking?
They're not going to have Burrow. Who knows? He might not even be ready for week 1, I'm wondering. So right now, I think they've only got Kyle Shermer and Brandon Allen at quarterback. Joe Mixon will be there, but he didn't play much. We'll see. He's a guy you got to watch out for. Mm-hmm. But the big thing with them, I think, even all season long, is they got 3 incredible wide receivers. When Burrow comes back, that's going to really, I think that'll be the strength of their team. When they play against the Washington football team and they're out there, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd, if they're all 3 out there, they will present a problem. They're really good receivers. They really are. Yeah, so that is a strength for Cincinnati. Not sure how long those guys will play. Hopefully they're all in there together so we can get our DBs to match up, to see how they do. If Cincinnati likes to spread things out a little bit early with those guys, William Jackson, Kendall Fuller, and I'm sure, get to see even Benjamin St. Juste out there, and maybe in the dime package. Yep. So, yeah, that'll be fun to see if they can meet that challenge. Hopefully, though, Cincinnati will keep those guys out there for a while so we get a real good chance to see our guys go up against them.
As far as Williams concerned, I really like what he's starting to get used to. We're not asking him to play with his back to the line of scrimmage all the time. It's just a little bit different for him. He is a solid man coverage guy. What we're trying to do is get him used to playing with vision and seeing the quarterback through the receiver.
Once again, talking about William Jackson. But after that, I really like the segment, talking about playing the starters because, man, in a lot of places, they're not.
I know.
Both Los Angeles teams will not be playing their quarterback at all. Yeah. And the coach says, hey, that's your philosophy, but we have ours. We want to get those guys in there. We want them to feel that kind of, that real game pressure.
Speed.
And speed. Yeah. I mean, so for me, you don't want to play your starters for 3 quarters. I get that. Right. But I agree. I mean, not playing them at all. I mean, I just even noticed in the Bengals, box score, Joe Mixon had 1 rush, and the 3 great receivers we kind of talked about that they have had 1 catch each. It's almost like, if you got to put them out there, man, have them catch 4 or 5. Yeah. Because if you're afraid of an injury, then just keep them on the bench, man. The GOAT, Tom Brady, he was out there playing. Heck, we talked about it earlier. He even got sacked.
We showed it.
Yeah, no big deal, right? So anyway, I like the team philosophy. I like what Coach says in regards to that.
Our philosophy is we want to get our guys out, have them break in a little bit, get used to some things. I know you want to be careful. I know you don't want to see anybody get hurt, and that's the unfortunate nature of this game. You can have a guy get hurt on the 2nd or 3rd play of the game. So we just kind of want to get our guys out there, see what we have, and then go from there.
And another interesting thing was him talking about that, just having 3 preseason games.
Because you have 2 weeks before you play, and you're not working against anybody else, and it gives you a chance to truly, if anybody does get nicked up, get them back. That's what I think is pretty cool by having that, that extra bye week, I guess, if you want to call it that. I think that helps lead you into the season on a much healthier note, hopefully.
Another interview that was really interesting, and I'm just going to show just a brief blurb on this guy, is that Sammy Reyes. He did a great interview. You should hear what he has to say.
I've worked so hard to get to this point, so, the coaches having that trust and putting me out there, it meant a lot to me. And I want to give everything I have, every single play. I never want to take a play off. I don't want to take a single moment for granted. And I want to work. I came here to work and to do what is asked of me. No questions asked on my end. I just do what I'm told, and I do it to the best of my ability. I think I gained a lot of confidence knowing that I can be out there and I can hold my own and I can do some damage and, put on for this team and for this city. I want to go as hard as I can and bring my entire power, my entire physicality, and my 265 pounds, and apply my technique. Coach Hayner, he's huge in technique, and he's on me every single day. He never takes a day off, and he doesn't take a single rep off with me. He gets after me, but I know it's because he cares about me and because he wants me to make it. And I just try to do what he tells me, use my footwork, use my technique, and bring that heat, bring that explosion. I think that's the coaches will tell me what we need to do. They have a game plan, they know what they're doing. I follow instructions, I do what they tell me. I focus on my technique, on my energy, my ability to bring my strength. And I want to perform well. I want to make sure I get my assignments right, and I'm locked in mentally. I think for me it's all mental. Everything that I've accomplished up to this point, it's been mental. It's been a mental race, a marathon, and I've been able to hold my mind together and keep on pushing. So I'm ready for game 2.
Check that out, because man, what a great kid, super smart team player. He says all the right things, and it does come from his heart. It does, he really is the real deal.
Sammy Reyes, him and Jarrett Patterson, we nailed last week. Yates, is there anybody else coming up on the radar that you see?
Yeah. Before we do our predictions, I did kind of want to talk about a couple guys. Young guys, rookies that all Washington football team fans are very much aware of, but I'm very interested to watch Diami Brown, the receiver. Not sure how much time Curtis Samuel's going to get in there, but I kind of hope he gets in a lot more playing time because I think he's special. He's got one game under his belt. He's been with the system a little bit longer. So let's keep an eye on him, and let's hope we see him really jump out. And I think the same thing can be said on the other side of the ball, and that's Jamin Davis. Played a good game, a solid game. Young man has a lot of responsibility in that middle linebacker position, and the team needs him to be there and to solidify it. So let's watch him grow. Let's put it this way. Let's watch him in this game and hope he gets a bunch of reps, and let's see him grow and learn.
All right, this is the prediction part of our show. The Bengals did beat the Super Bowl champions last week, but that was a pretty bad game. Lots of fumbles, interceptions, low scoring. It was a pretty boring game. So although their Cincinnati's D did good, they've got a fair offense. I'm going to have to predict the win for our guys. We look really, really good. That's a win.
Yeah, same here. I just don't see these guys stacking up against the Washington football team. I think the depth, not having Burrow, the depth of quarterback is not that great. And this will be a home game.
Yep.
Yeah, the fans will be pumped. The players will be pumped. Without a doubt, guaranteed a win.
Awesome. We got a 100%er from BH, a 100%er from me. Although last week we got ours incorrect. We were 0-1 each, but we have AI with us today who got the Patriots right last week. So
he did, man. Analog intelligence.
We're going to do it again here. Here we go, Skully. And give it up. Okay. So you're going to get to call it, BH.
Okay, so we'll go heads is a Washington football team victory. Tails is a Bengals win. Hit it.
It's a tails.
Ooh-wee. Analog intelligence is just going against the grain. Man, why can't that guy just go along to get along?
I don't know why. Better not be right.
I know.
All right. Well,
it's preseason for everybody, even the coin. So there you go. All right, man. Well, that just about does it. I think we're done here.
And don't forget, that game is August 20th, this Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss that game, and we'll see you for the recap show. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.